Today we'll be doing a Naruto Shinobi Striker video. And today we'll be doing a range build. We're going to be using Fire Style, much as Destroy Flame, and Hidden Jutsu, 1,000 Uses of Death. And for a sub, we're going to be using Emergency Escape, and for our ult, the Rent Gun, Sasuke's Rent Gun, Heavy Hand Power. And for my ninja tool, we can use Flash Medicine or Senbon. The needles on range, Senbon, yeah. And for my clothing, I'm using Ranch, Knowledge, and Battle Heart. I'll show up on the screen, y'all can know what I'm talking about, because I don't know how to say it, bro. And let's get it. See you in the
On a quest to attain the sweet power of the tail beast in the land of sour. As a child, all he ever knew was crying. Growing up, watching his friends are dying. He's all alone when he faced the army. The boots of death, they descend upon thee. And as they approach, for a child is frightening. The pillagers village in the rain and lightning. So they surround his family. An adolescent pain doesn't know what it can be. Suddenly the moment before they touch him, he blows like a weapon of mass destruction. This is for the pain achievers, a story for the non-believers, because now is the time when you find out what lies on the other side of the black receivers. Is pain. Uchiha. What's up? What's up? Psycho. Anytime you encounter the clansmen, some say it's better you run. Know the enemies die to the melody. Some are sober, some are on drugs. We both love and hate the Sharingan, cause it feels like a curse from above. Are you ready for the tale of the ninjas? Surrounded by a curtain of blood, causing your malice and hypnotizing your parents. Using the infinite Tsukiyomi, disturbing the balance. You wanna battle, then best believe I'm accepting the challenge. We look at Sarada and tell her not to be so embarrassed, because the tree that's made of chakra is a wreck as a phallus. And you never burning us down like Quasimodo embarrassed. So homie, you better believe that this is the lyrical marriage of ninja, shinobi, shurikens, and even the madness of the Uchiha. In the moonlight, not a sound is made when we run. Uchiha. Land in the red room, surrounded by a curtain of blood. We are the ninja, we are the prince of the crows and the doves. We know the Sharingan, but it feels like a curse from above. Let me teach you about the Uchiha. All of our secrets are written in stone. What you gotta do for strength, it is frightening. That is might as well be written in Rome. We are the wizards of power called Jutsu. It is a tool to express our will. Do you really want the curse of Uchiha? Then let us power up your skill. My ninjas are passionate with the power so immaculate. They can flatten your face, you look like Perry the Platypus. And my death was exaggerated and very inaccurate. In fact, it's quite the opposite. The Uchiha resurrected, so you better scatter when you hear the pitter patter. All my ninjas on the roof of the pagoda like it didn't matter. Not even the Anpu gonna find you. There is a reason that we remind you. Uchiha. In the moonlight, not a sound is made when we run. Uchiha. Land in the red room, surrounded by a curtain of blood. We are the ninja, we are the prince of the crows and the doves. We know the Sharingan, but it feels like a curse from above. smell weakness, I will find you. Mother Nature holds my chakra. Even though she's a mom, she's baka. Medical ninja or a doctor. Nothing on this earth will revive you. Once upon a time I was stable, then my faith would shake like a table. This is not a story, a fable. Even the devil once was an angel. I'm a monster. When I died there were no boruto. Nobody made my path for me. This is just my way of shinobi. I'm a monster, beat you. Don't need no friends to defeat you. When I go there with no boruto. There is only a life of evil. I think and I wonder, why is it so easy to surrender to the bad side? Now I'm a bad guy. They say the good die young, maybe that's why. He was born in the dark, couldn't find him, but when he came to the light it was blinding. Maybe that's how come, maybe that's why he was destined to join the war cry. Once upon a time I was stable, then my faith would shake like a table. This is not a story, a fable. Even the devil once was an angel. I'm a monster. When I died there were no boruto. Nobody made my path for me. This is just my way of shinobi. I'm a monster, beat you. Don't need no friends to defeat you. When I go there with no boruto. There is only a life of evil. Nobody made my path for me. This is just my way of shinobi. When I died there were no boruto. Nobody made my path for me. This is just my way of shinobi. When I died there were no boruto. Nobody made my path for me. This is just my way. Where people glorify the title of Hokage, even when they're not worthy to be called a sensei. An animal chained to the darkness of a child's brain. Suddenly you start to spill right out of the damn cave, bursting through the surface of his consciousness like I'm Jaws. Can you respect people who dying for the same cause? Nations that hate each other governed by the same laws. You killed your neighbors but it's like you got the same boss. On the village he unleashes another rampage. Just a cycle of life, you better send a damn sage. Born out of Hagoroma's creation of all things. They use me to control the outcome of what war bring. Destroying the village against my will in combat. Minato released me with the seal of a contract. Soon after the end of the third shinobi world war, I was destined to show humans what I was made for. And they were calling me a natural disaster. You the tail beast living in the dark days. I'm like a ronin, now I move without a master. You the tail beast living in the dark days. For everybody there will be a final chapter. You the tail beast living in the dark days. Cause after me there's no happily ever after. You the tail beast living in the dark days. Tell me, have you heard the legend of the tail beast? The place where death can sneak up on you like a damn thief. It's represented by the village of the damn leaf. A shady organization birthing the same grief. Cause if you wanna be a killer there's a real cost. You and Sasuke behave like you cut from the same cloth. Spent adolescence trying to show each other who's boss. Thought you were different but you would suffer the same loss. Destroyed my hatred simply by becoming my friend. Sooner or later you were bound to meet the same end. I'm truly sorry but it's time for you to transcend. When it comes comes to being honest, you never pretend. Now that I'm gone, remember everything I told ya. Tell the children how I carried you on my shoulder, protected you as an infant till you got older, because all the while I taught you how to be a soldier. They were calling me a natural disaster. You the tail beast living in the dark days. I'm like a Ronin, now I move without a master. You the tail beast living in the dark days. For everybody there will be a final chapter. You the tail beast living in the dark days. Cause after me there's no happily ever after. You the tail beast living in the dark days.
Naruto, switch with me. There's something I want to say to him. Sorry, but your words don't apply to this guy.
The second shinobi war, where people suffer for days, on the outskirts of the valley where he was born and raised. In the valley of the rain is where Nagato stays. It's a childhood that was cursed by foolish shinobi ways. Suddenly two ninjas break in his home, taken by surprise. In the dead of night, both his parents killed in his eyes. Said, we didn't know you were civilians, we apologize. But the Rinnegan awakens and claims both of their lives. Said, we're coming from a land where children eat the smallest portions, becoming objects of war. Shinobis always force him, said all they wanted was peace, but politics won't support them. That's when Conan and Yahiko team up with the fellow orphan. Meanwhile he thinks about the future from how his life is torn, as the ring keeps falling down, too many bodies to mourn. And soon after, all the surrounding villages have been warned. With the teachings of Jiraiya, the Akatsuki's born. Because nobody came to the rescue, the black rods in my body, the valley of the rain where I came through, the sky keeps crying for the ninja. Because nobody came to the rescue, the black rods in my body, the valley of the rain where I came through, the sky keeps crying for the ninja. Cause you don't wanna be a ninja. Cause you don't wanna be a ninja. Cause you don't wanna be a ninja. The story of the ninja. Welcome to the valley where it rains and it showers. The sun is very shy, so there's not a single flower. This is right before they would make their headquarters a tower, till the salamander feels some type of way about their power. Next he plans something evil, an attack very lethal. His name is Hanzo and his power used to have no equal. Sadly there's only one life and nobody gets a sequel. Pretty soon he's responsible for the murder of Yahiko. Before long, Nagato grieved as his power grew, develops a technique more sinister than you ever knew. Maybe he would count his blessings if they weren't so very few. In a country where the sky is gray and it's never blue, starts controlling bodies of the people in the afterlife. Gets defeated, Uzumaki said it's not so black and white. That's when Nagato vows, I will bring the corpses back to life, resurrects his victims with himself as the sacrifice. Because nobody came to the rescue, the black rods in my body, the valley of the rain where I came through, the sky keeps crying for the ninja. Because nobody came to the rescue, the black rods in my body, the valley of the rain where I came through, the sky keeps crying for the ninja. Cause you don't wanna be a ninja. Cause you don't wanna be a ninja. Cause you don't wanna be a ninja. The story of the ninja.
What is your profession?
It feels like I'm unconscious, in fact I'm actually dreaming. If it was the kind of dream that would have you waking up screaming. It's like when I do battle, you force me to channel my demons. R.I.P. to my brother, only orphans know what I'm feeling. It's like once upon a time in the crevices of a valley, the Senju forces took over, that's not even what's scary. No matter how much you duck and parry, you bury your family and carry the cross in your back. It's for the people you tally. Yes, I'm a giant, can't you hear the footsteps of a kaiju? Let me remind you how even beyond the grave I can find you, my disciple. disciples don't carry Bibles, and they don't need to bribe you. We just manipulate the corruption already inside you. The only thing that matters to me is my bloodlines of knowledge. Even if I manipulated the power that was promised, I would rather trust a liar than hypocrites who are honest. So take a knee, salute me, pledge allegiance, and pay the homage. Your voice will not expire. My followers are faithful because they built the empire. And you don't have to tell them that the devil is a liar, because you don't think that your ass is already in the You don't subjugate people you want in slavery. You simply just manipulate the surrounding economy. Warfare, I think these people onto me. That's why I disappear on these weird reconnaissance missions. I just want the life I never had for my daughter, and build a bridge of love I never had for my daughter. To kick a villain's ass and do the math for my daughter. To make up for the time I never had to support her. I give a fuck about a cash in a Koji, feel my pain. You're not ready for the god tier level that's in my brain. One handed shower, the blood is circling down the drain. Time to flush all my enemies, ninjas who would die in vain. It's like I've become a property, even if it don't bother me. Just a pawn in this problem of though I solved it impossibly. Either couldn't I throw it, but you handle it sloppily. Killing it since Toby Rama turned us to a monopoly. Now I've come a long way from just a backstory that's colder, with half a face that's demolished and a big chip on my shoulder. Then I was betrayed by my boss or Mother Nature, and told her that there's no happily ever after. My life it is over, because the apathy you give to people's likely to kill them. I'm living, breathing, walking proof of what it does to the children. The government is a circus that's full of clowns who be dancing with skeletons in the closet and foundations in the building. How could you possibly understand how I'm feeling inside? Like you know what it's like to live when you have already died. Listen, you can take my love interest, but you can't take my pride. A life without honor's not better than one with suicide.
If you haven't liked and subscribed, what you doing, my guy?
Push the goddamn button!
Push the goddamn button!
You heard what she said.
Where people glorify the title of Hokage, even when they're not worthy to be called a sensei. An animal chained to the darkness of a child's brain. Suddenly you start to spill right out of the damn cave, bursting through the surface of his consciousness like I'm Jaws. Can you respect people who dying for the same cause? Nations that hate each other governed by the same laws. You killed your neighbors, but it's like you got the same boss. On the village he unleashes another rampage. Just a cycle of life, you better send a damn sage. Born out of Hagoroma's creation of all things. They use me to control the outcome of what war brings. Destroying the village against my will in combat. Minato released me with the seal of a contract. Soon after the end of the Third Shinobi World War, I was destined to show humans what I was made for, and they were calling me a natural disaster. You the tail beast living in the dark days. I'm like a Ronin, now I move without a master.